Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's video. If you're new here, my name is Austin and I am a rising third-year medical student at the University of Illinois, Chicago. I say rising because as you can see in the title, I just got my Step 1 score back, and now that Step 1's complete, I feel like that's the closing section of my second year of medical school, and now I'm going to start my rotations in a few weeks and start my third year of medical school. So welcome to the channel. So as you can see in the thumbnail, I got my Step 1 score back this past week. It's been crazy. I've been vlogging a little bit here and there, but today I'm sitting down. I know my Step 1 score already, and I'm gonna let you know how it went, my thoughts, my reaction to it, and all of that. But this past week, like I mentioned, has been just super hectic. As you can see, I'm in a new setup because on Friday I moved into my apartment. So this is my new apartment up in Gold Coast. It's closer to the rotations, so it just made sense to me to move back to Chicago after I moved home for a bit during the quarantine to be close to my family and my parents. But this past week on Tuesday, I got my COVID vaccine finally. Just didn't have a chance to get it done while I was studying for dedicated and out in the suburbs. So now that I'm back to Chicago, I got my vaccine. I moved into the city, and then this previous Wednesday, just a few days ago, I got my Step 1 score. So let's start with all the COVID vaccine stuff. Let me show you how it went, and then you can see a little video of that here. Here we go, all done. Got the vaccine. So I just got my first shot. It felt, normal. Got on the left side here, and no issues. A little bit of arm soreness the day before, but that went away pretty quickly. But I hear the second shot is what really knocks you out. So. Alright everyone, that was COVID shots 1 and 2. I got Pfizer, but they're all very effective and have great safety profiles. So if you're eligible for a vaccine, don't forget to get yours. I've been editing a lot of vlogs and different videos from prior to Step 1 and after Step 1. So luckily I was able to film both COVID 1 and COVID 2 shots for this week's video. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I felt great after my first shot. A little bit of arm soreness, but that's very normal. So I'll see how the second shot feels. So far so good, but you never know how things can go in 24 or 48 hours. But anyways, don't forget to get your vaccine. If you have any questions about vaccinations and how they work, just drop a comment below. I'll be happy to answer. But do your part to lower the risk of transmission in this pandemic. We're so close to beating this. I can feel it. And understand your risk profiles. Stay safe. Be healthy. And let me know if there's anything that comes up along the way. I'm always happy to help. All right, so back to the apartment. I'm pretty sure I'm filming something about my test reaction or something like that. So stay tuned. And then after I got the vaccine, my test score came home like a week earlier than I expected. And let me tell you, I was just like, oh, I could not open it. I was so nervous. And my cousin Nathan, he's an M4 out in Ohio, and he was just giving me all this crap on the phone because I was calling him like, hey dude, I can't open it. I don't know what to do. And he was like, dude, I'll open it for you. Just send it over to me. But eventually I got around to it, and it came in my mail around 9:30 Central Time and said it would be available 11 Eastern, so like in 30 minutes. But I was just so nervous to open it. I know the score doesn't change, but I had to get into the right headspace and just pray about it, and know that whatever the score is, it didn't define me, and I was gonna be okay, and I trust in God, and no matter what, I would still give glory to God and know that I did my best. So I would be at peace with however it turned out. But at the end of the day, I'm super happy with the score. I thought that the practice was very representative. So if you're still preparing for Step 1, just trust your practice and know that all the work you put in, like it'll come out to fruition. Like even if you feel bad or feel great after, sometimes how you feel doesn't always correspond to your results. And I'm not saying that everyone is going to get the exact scores they did in practice. There's so many different factors that go into an exam like Step 1, and you guys all know that. But yeah, check out my vlog that I made on Step 1 and my thoughts and preparation for it. I'll link that up here. And in the future, I'm going to be making a video about just how I got my score. So I set out a goal to break 250, and all praise to God. I'm really thankful for all my family and friends that supported me and just getting through this tough exam, and I was able to break 250. I knew the whole time during practice that 260 would be icing on the cake, and I would have to have a really good day to hit 260, but I came up short of 260, but I'm still very happy with my score, very content. And if you don't know, pretty much step one is like a huge determining factor about competitive residencies, and how competitive you are to get into those residencies is sort of based on this one score over your preclinical years of medicine. And generally the rule of thumb is any score 245 or higher leaves all the doors open to all of the competitive specialties, or even the less competitive specialties. So you kind of have your choice of different specialties. And right now, even though I'm interested in orthopedics, I'm still very open-minded, and I still like things like dermatology, ENT, ophthalmology. So I'm going to really go into my rotations with an open mind, and see what direction God leads me, see what I like the most, and what I can see myself doing for many, many, many years and beyond. So we'll see. I'm just really grateful that with my STEP score, all my doors are open, my options are on the table, and I can really see which ones interest me the most and go down that avenue. So stay tuned on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It'll really help me out, and you'll get to see kind of where I end up over the next couple of years. So that day was just a ton of nerves. I remember being more anxious to open up my score report than my actual test day. So I'm back on the phone here with my cousin Nathan, and I finally built up the courage to open up my test results on the NRMP website. And when you click view scores, just a heads up for all of you at home, it doesn't show you right away. It makes you download a PDF. So I'm like, oh great, I finally got the courage to open it up. I press it, and now it downloads a PDF. It's just sitting on my desktop. And so I went back and forth for another 30 minutes, 45 minutes, laying around, getting to the right mindset, and then I finally opened the PDF, and like I said, just totally relieved, really happy, and just so thankful for everything working out, and it was just a huge blessing. So I'm glad to have that all done, and then I was able to move into my apartment a few days after that. So it was Tuesday vaccine, Wednesday step one score, and then Friday got to do the whole move-in. So here are some clips of the move-in. I was gonna vlog the vaccine and the move-in that whole week, but then I ended up not really having enough footage, and I didn't really feel comfortable sharing like my immediate reaction to my score on camera, just because it took me so long to open it, and I was just wrestling with a lot of stuff internally when I was going to open my score, so I didn't end up filming that. So I figured I would just let you all know in a sit-down style, let you know my thoughts, my reactions to it, and stay tuned for a video about how I scored 250 plus on STEP. I'm gonna just outline the resources and what I felt like corresponded to the real exam, and just exactly what resource I'd recommend for all of you preparing for step 1 too. So yeah, enjoy this little vlog of me moving into my apartment. I love it, it's great, enjoy. The iconic backdrop. I hate moving. I've moved 4 times every year for the last 4 years. So we got the free elevator. Just trying to bring stuff up as soon as possible. Speakers, guitar. What a grind. Hopefully the end result is all good, and I can show you all in a bit. But right now, lots to move. This view will never get old. Right by the lake shore, excited to be back in Chicago, my city. Man, there's way too much clothes. A lot of the big stuff is still in the U-Haul. Alright, let's go. All moved in. Pretty good sized gym. It's really everything I need. And then some machines are for COVID right now, but if I need anything else, I can just go to my school, which also gives me a gym membership. So for the past 4 or 5 years living in Chicago, I've moved every single year and never stayed in a place longer than 12 months. My last apartment, I was planning on staying. My last 3 years of medical school with COVID and everything though, that didn't work out. I ended up moving home. So now I'm really hoping I stay here for my last 2 years, and I love the building so far. So hopefully no more moving, because it's like something I dread. It's so stressful and so much things to bring and keep track of, and just huge thank you to my parents for helping me out. I wouldn't have been able to do without them, and they've helped me out with every single move so far. So I'm super fortunate to have such supportive parents in my life. But finally all settled in, that is the best feeling in the world. So it's like it starts terrible the morning of moving, feels great by the end. So I'm just happy to have a nice place to stay in for the next 2 years and get to work, get my degree, finish up strong, and hopefully share you know, the good moments and even the tough moments and all the helpful things with all of you on YouTube. So stay tuned and don't miss out. So there you have it. That wild week is behind us. Everything's all said and done. I'm excited to have still a few more weeks off to transition into my clerkships. And then I start my first rotation, which is internal medicine. So I'm hoping to film some stuff once I get into the swing of things and letting you all know how I'm tackling my first rotation and just the inside scoop and all that's going on. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you thought this was a good video. Enjoy the rest of your day and take care.